lot of people give up beer for Lent, but an Ohio man is turning the tables and giving up everything but beer.
Del Hall has lost more than 30 pounds drinking only beer.
Fantastic. But is this a good idea? Here to discuss is board-certified general surgeon Dr. David Dupree. Doctor, really?
Morning.
Only beer?
So please tell us this is a bad idea.
This is a terrible idea.
Thank you.
This is actually a very, very bad approach to weight loss. Weight loss is actually a very simple concept. If you think about it, it's basic math. So normally we burn about 3,500 calories a day or there's 3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat. So this guy probably burns 3,500 calories a day based on his age, his height, his weight. That's called daily energy expenditure. So he's burning 3,500 calories a day just by existing with no exercise. So he could have the gummy bear diet if he wanted to and ate 500 calories of gummy bears.
Okay,
right.
But so you haven't convinced me at all, because if you want, you can consume any amount of whatever you want, and as long as it's less than what you're expending, you'll lose weight. So what's wrong with choosing beer?
So there's calories in beer, there's carbohydrates, but there's almost no nutrients.
Right.
I mean, he's only drinking 2 to 5 beers a day, so he's actually taking in about 500 calories. So he's burning about 3,000 to 3,500, but he's only taking in 500. Right. So typical weight loss based on a balanced diet is if you could cut 1,000 calories a day, you would typically lose a pound every 3.5 days or 2 pounds a week, which is what we consider good weight loss.
But
so
why? Oh, go ahead.
No, the key is losing weight doesn't always correlate with good health. So you could be dropping pounds, but if you're not getting the right vitamins, minerals, nutrients, you're actually hurting your body.
Absolutely. You need a certain amount of what we call macronutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats.
Yep.
So beer has that. You're better off having Snickers bars because you're going to get some protein from 3 Snickers bars a day.
Okay.
And you mentioned the candy. So we talked yesterday about this myth of the sugar rush, and we got a lot of candy here. What's the truth?
Truth is, it's a total myth. It's never been proven. There's been multiple studies actually to disprove it. There was a recent study out of Berlin that said that within an hour of eating candy, your alertness level actually decreases and your fatigue level goes way up. So you're actually more tired if you're eating candy. It's a total myth.
But for that first hour, you're feeling good, though.
No, not necessarily. For maybe about 10 seconds.
Wait a minute.
For about 10 seconds while you're chewing it, you feel pretty good.
Doctor,
It's mental.
I am not a doctor. You are. However, I have empirical evidence to prove that both of my teenage daughters at a younger age were given candy, cookies, chocolate, and they were uncontrollable and difficult to deal with. Why did they get excited?
Well, I think they're excited just for the fact that it tastes good. Like, I would be excited if you left me alone for 5 minutes with all this candy, I would be really happy for about 5 minutes. And then after that, I would probably feel miserable.
Now, there's a difference between natural sugar. I've been arguing that if you eat a piece of fruit, that doesn't cause the same spike in your blood sugar to sort of like spike up and then level down. So you don't feel like when I eat an apple, I don't feel unhappy. I feel good. But when I eat a piece of chocolate sometimes,
Who feels happy eating an apple?
Do.
Right.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away, Pete. Didn't you learn that? But, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Right. There's a certain amount of sugar that we do need, whether it's candy or an apple. Apples are much better. It's a higher glycemic index, so it's easier to burn. So it makes it's better sugar for you. The thing is, believe it or not, we need about 9 teaspoons of sugar a day. That's about 150 calories. I mean, that sounds like a lot. 9 teaspoons. If you just sit there and ate 9 teaspoons of sugar a day, you'd be, okay, I got my daily sugar amount.
Wow. Dr. David Dupree, thank you.
Can you pass me a Corona, doctor?
Sure.
Don't give it to him. He's on a diet.
Yeah. By the way, you ruined Pete's whole diet.
You
but
did.
That's actually good.
This is one of my 5
best.
food groups.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Beer and candy.